Hello everybody, what is going on, and welcome to something a little bit different on the channel here. This is something that I've never done before. It's nothing particularly new, but with the whole price range thing coming in, I thought I'd talk a little bit about tournament trading. Now this is something that I think is still very easy and accessible despite the fact that the price ranges have come in, and today I'm going to show you all a nice way to make yourselves a few coins. Now first and foremost, before I get too into this, I'd like to say EA, tip of the cap, because in my video where I mentioned about the price ranges and what I thought about what was going on, I did say that they should up the rewards for tournaments and that kind of thing, and then they come out with this St Patrick's Day tournament, which is a 20,000 coin prize plus a special Robbie Keane, which is pretty cool. That's the biggest one that I've seen for a long time, if not altogether, so I was pretty happy about that. The next thing I want to say is that bear in mind this is a pretty extreme example of this tournament trading method, and I'll explain why as we go along. But this is the tournament. The requirement is just to have a complete Irish team. Like I say, you get 20,000 coins for winning it and a green Robbie Keane. And what this basically means, so I'll explain the background first. Normally, when a tournament comes out, in fact every time a tournament comes out, if you go onto the online tournament screen or the single player tournament screen, whatever, you'll go on here, there'll be a featured tournament. It'll either be underway or upcoming. Now, if you can check these sort of once every couple of days to see if there's anything upcoming and get a heads up on the transfer market, this really helps, because basically what's going to happen when this tournament starts, particularly when the rewards for the tournament are big ones, like in this particular one there, St Patrick's tournament, the prices of the players that you need for that tournament are going to rise. Now what I mean by that, it's pretty simple really. Usually players like Shane Long, Aidan McGeady, Robbie Keane, their sort of discard, their prices will rise a tiny bit, if not much at all, because they're such common cards. But what you'll find is the players that people need to fill the team, particularly in this case because it's a Republic of Ireland team that you need, there's a few sort of bronze players, silver players that a lot of people will just discard because usually they're not worth anything. But you'll find while this tournament's on, they will be worth a lot more. So we're going to have a little cut here. You're going to see the team I've got, and then we'll talk about what I paid for the players. Some of them are first owner, and I'll explain what the advantages are of that. So a little cut now. I'll speak to you in a second. Right everyone, so you can see on screen, this is the team that I went with. Anyone that hasn't got a price next to them at the moment is somebody that I already had in my club. So you can see the prices of the people that I did have to pay for are much more than you'd normally expect to pay, particularly some of the bronzes. Look, I mean, Ryan there, 4,200 coins, absolutely ridiculous. 2,000 coins for Tab is ridiculous. 1,300 for Hart is pretty expensive, but you'll see at the end his price shoots up. 3,000 coins, again, I can't quite say who that is on my screen. I think it's Egan. Oh no, it's 5,000 coins, sorry, for Egan, again, absolutely ridiculous. And 3,000 coins for Seamus Coleman, who'd usually be going for a little bit less than that, I know. Like I say, the thing to do when you are building a team for these tournaments is to first and foremost see if you've got anybody in your club that you can use that you wouldn't have to buy. Now this is why I say this is an extreme example and one that's quite accessible to everybody, because Irish players are fairly common. You've got people like Long, Keane, McGeady, Ireland, McCarthy, all these people that a lot of people will have lying around in their club not doing anything, and now all of a sudden worth some money. But rather than just going out to rather than going out to put them on the market straight away, you should build a team around them, fill in the gaps with players that you need, which are going to cost you more than you'd normally expect to, but as long as you can get them on the cheaper side, you will make some money. Now, with this team in total, it cost me 19,050 coins. I mean, you bear in mind I've only had to buy 6 players. That sounds like a lot of money, but that does include the fitness card and the injury card that I had to use during the tournament. So the total cost of this team to me, like I said, 19,050 coins. I'll show you some goals at the end, but basically what happened is I got to the semi-final and got knocked out. So I didn't win the 20,000 coins or the special Robbie Keane, but I got 400 match coins in the first game, just under 400, sorry, in the second game I think it was, and then in the last game, in the semi-final, I got kicked at the end, so unfortunately I got no coins for that. But what then happens is, like I said, you got to remember now the team cost me 19,050 coins. I then went and put up all the players. I left them at buy nows of 5,000, which is the highest that most of them can go. In fact, it's the highest that all of them can go, other than Seamus Coleman, who is 6,000, I believe. He didn't reach that much. Put them all up for sale, and basically this is what they fetch. Now you'll see there's a couple of players that are well, one in particular that I massively lost out on was Ryan. I paid 4,200 for him because I needed him at the time, and he only went for 200, so that was my own fault. I should have put up his price a little bit more on the start price side of things to make sure I didn't lose too much, but that happens. There's a couple of others that I lost on. I think Seamus Coleman I lost a little bit on, and there's one more, I can't remember who it was now, that I lost out on as well. But on the whole, you look at those players, most of them are first owner players, like I say, so that's pure profit there. They are going for so much more than they usually would. People like Ian Hart went for 5,000 coins. McCarthy went for 5,000 coins. Both McCarthys, I had the upgraded and the before one and the pre-upgrade one. They both went for 5k. They'd normally be going for like 300 coins and 600 coins each, which is absolutely crazy. And when all is said and done, and all the prices that I got for the players once they'd sold added up, came to 40,704 coins, which is including the 1,000 match coins that I got as well for the 2 games. So that is absolutely ridiculous. That's 40,000 coins for playing 3 matches, one of them which I didn't even get the coins for, and for selling all those Irish players. And when you take away the tax and everything after that, and take off the initial cost of the team, I've made just under 20,000 coins profit on that. That's almost doubled my money. And I actually made a few mistakes in there as well. Like I say, Ryan went for 200 coins after I paid 4k for him. I lost loads on him. And then also, the other thing that I could have done, which I think I am still going to go and do again, I'm going to rebuy some of these players and go and do, because I still think I can make money off it, is I'm going to go and do, which I don't do very often, the single player tournament, because you get 10,000 coins for winning the single player tournament, the single player version of the St Patrick's Cup. And that's only on professional, and you also get the green Robbie Keane as well, so that's pretty cool. You get a nice individual card, still 10k, which is a lot of money for a tournament. It's professional, so it shouldn't be too difficult, and again, it should be pretty easy to make some money off of, fingers crossed. So yeah, like I say, I doubled my money with that team, which is absolutely ridiculous. You have to bear in mind there are a lot of first owner players in that club though. I'm going to stop rolling some goals down and just talk a little bit more about it. Like I say, first and foremost, you have to use as many first owner players as you can. You'll see in goal I used Randolph, I think it was. I could have gone out and got Shay Given, but I had Randolph in my club, and I thought rather than spending 6-7k on Shay Given, which is what he was going for at the time, I'm going to stick with Randolph, save myself 6k, and hopefully I'll be able to get on fine without Shay Given, and that sort of maximises the profit. You've got to try and spend as little as possible, and part of the key to that is being ahead of the game. But like I mentioned at the start, when you're looking at what tournaments are upcoming, if there's one that looks good with a good prize, get the players in as early as you can before the tournament's even started, because as soon as that tournament starts, the player prices will rise. And what I tend to do when I do this method is I'll get the players ready. When the tournament starts, as soon as I can be on it, I'll be on it. I'll have a couple of cracks at it. Maybe I'll win it, maybe I won't, and then I'll sell the players really early on, because that way the tournament hype is still pretty high, and the prices are as high as they're ever going to be, particularly if it's the weekend as well. You can get a lot more coins that way. Of course, weekend trading is always a good thing, but yeah, like I said, the key is to be ahead of the game and be knowledgeable on what tournaments are coming up, and build a team before the tournament starts. As soon as the tournament gets announced, before it's even started, the prices will rise a little bit, but then they'll have another jump up in price as soon as the tournament actually physically begins. So the best thing to do is get in there as quick as you can, build your team. When the tournament starts, have a couple of cracks at it, and then resell the team. Like I said, this was an extreme example because I made 20,000 coins. You don't always get that much, and sometimes you'll find the single player tournament, like in this case, is another good way to go, because again, there's another 10,000 coins there, and I did actually make the mistake on not doing that, because if I'd have done it before I sold the players, I'd have had another 10,000 coins, plus a green Robbie Keane, and plus the other match coins as well, assuming I'd have won it, which I'd like to think I would have done because it's only on professional. But you can see there is a lot of coins to be made this way. Despite the fact that the price ranges have come in, this is still a really solid way to make money. The only thing you've got to be careful of are the tournaments and what's actually required for them, because sometimes this was a very specific one which lends itself well to it, because there's only a certain amount of players you can get, particularly as there's not that many Republic of Ireland great players out. Republic of Ireland great players out there. Mouth drying up a little bit there, need a drink of water. I've been talking for quite some time here, but yeah, this lends itself well, like I say, because there's only a limited amount of Republic of Ireland players, and not all of them are that great, so there's not many good ones. There's not many good players, and everyone will want those good players, is what I'm trying to say. And sometimes there'll be a tournament when it's a bit more widespread. So if it was like an All-England tournament, there'd be far more players to go after, and that means that the cost would be slightly lower because there's so much choice, basically. So always be careful of what you're looking at with the tournaments. When you're looking at the tournaments, look at what the prize pot is most important. Because if there's a good prize pot, like there was with this one, 20,000 coins, people will want to do it, especially when there's a special card as well, like the green Robbie Keane. Like I said, this was almost like a perfect storm, really, because there weren't many players to choose from. Great prize pot. And you are also likely to have, as well as me, a lot of players like this already in your clubs. Like I said, they're just those players that just sit there and don't do anything, and now all of a sudden they are worth a fair amount of wonga. But that's going to bring the end of this video. I hope I explained everything well enough. I tried not to ramble on too much because, like I said, it's a pretty simple method, but it can be a very, very effective one as well. Like I say, when you're doing it, make sure you check the single player tournament as well, like I forgot to do and actually only checked after I'd sold the team, which I'm going to have to go and build the team again now and do that and hopefully make a few more coins that way, because that will maximise your profit rather than having to buy the players, sell the players, buy the players back and then sell the players back. It's only dwindling away your profits. Like I said, it's a fairly simple method, very easy to do. I hope I explained it well enough. Like I said, it's nothing new, but it's just something that I think is still going to be very effective now the price ranges are in and a lot of methods have gone down the Swanee basically. But if you've got any questions about anything, feel free to put them down in the comments down below and I'll get back to you. Like I say, hopefully this will help you all learn a little bit more about trading. Like I say, it's nothing too difficult and it's nothing new, but like it's a very, very effective method. But I'm going to bring to the end of the video now. Hope you all enjoyed it and I hope this all helps you a little bit with the trading at the moment, because I know it is all over the place with the market and the price ranges and all that. But yeah, hope this helped everyone. I will speak to you all in the next video. Nidge out. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to this latest player review. This one coming from Team of the Week 26.